being able to walk on water, or opening up a sea and having 100,000 people go through it while the walls are up and the ground is totally dry. And then closing up on an army chasing them and killing them all off. So, in the Old Testament, an axe floats. Elijah stopped the rain. He's going to stop for so many years. Stop the rain, it's not going to happen anymore. They crossed the river Jordan. That opened up a couple of times. Elijah went, hit it with his mantle. It opened up. Then on the other side, God took him, and his mantle was there. And Elisha took over, came back, says, where's the God of Elijah? That's what we need to be saying. Where's the God of this one, of that testimony, of my grandma? Water came out of a rock. He says, we're here, we're going to die. We have no water. God told him, hit the rock. So he took his staff, he hit the rock. Water started gushing out of that. That doesn't happen. It's impossible. Well, you think so. Remember the Massa? Jesus, in his time, he turned water into wine. Jesus walked on the water. Jesus spoke to the wind. When the boat was crashing, he spoke to the wind and the waves and said, peace. And then, boom, he walked through a wall. Now, that goes way beyond physics. People say, I don't believe in that stuff. Do you believe in me? Yeah, I mean, I can see you. I've known you for years. And, I know that you're not a liar. And I know that you're, as you can tell, I don't do this for the money. Because every month we struggle just to get money to pay our rent. So I'm not doing this. I don't have no books out there. But yet, a car went through me. Oh, it went through a few of us while we were in another car. That's impossible. But it happened. It happened. The car was going to rear end us terribly. Next thing you know, I saw the car and I saw people, and especially this blonde girl, looking at me as I'm looking at her face to face, and then boom, they were gone. My two cousins saw it, another person saw it, my uncle saw it. There's no denying that. I remember things I used to do coming down the hill, down Bastoncherry, coming over to where Associate was. Well, at one time there was a big fence there and houses before they opened up the road. I was coming down too fast. I couldn't stop. I hit the brakes, turned the wheel, and then I hit the dirt, and then I went sliding. You can't turn. Once you turn the wheel, you're sliding. As soon as I got to the fence, it's like somebody went boom and hit me. And they just kept pushing me. Somehow I went that way. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He had a plan he had to protect. He had a promise he had to protect. It wasn't because I was holy, because I was not holy one bit. I was unholy. But he had a plan. Elisha, Ben-Hadad says, we're going to attack Israel. We're going to attack these people. This is the plan. And this is where we're going to meet, and this is what we're going to do. And when they got there, their enemy, Israel, was waiting for them. It's like, what? How did they know this? Let's do another one. So he goes and he's working it all out with his generals. Says, this is what we're going to do. And when they got there, they were waiting for them. He says, what is going on? We've got a traitor here. They said, no, there's no traitor here. They have a prophet in the land that can hear your thoughts. Everything you plan in your room, he can hear that. He can see that. And he's telling the king. You say, well, no. Well, they came to Jesus to trap him many times. And it says, but he knew their thoughts. He knew what they were going to try to do. And he always got out of it. Always. I prayed for people before. And I remember telling this one person, I said, you know what, I'm praying for them. During service, take them by the hand, I start to pray. I said, you know what? Last night while you were sitting on your bed, you told God this. You told him this. And they're like, what? It stopped me right away. Wait, what? How do you know that? How do you know that's what I said to God last night? I said, I did it. But the Spirit of God is here. He's here. It's just like if I told Pastor Albert, I said, you know, my wife, she bought me some funky shoes, you know. She bought me she said this about me. And then he would tell her. Well, he didn't know, but I told him. That's exactly how God is. I took a girl by the hand and told her this whole story. This is what I see. Great mountain, lava coming down, water coming, all this stuff. And it turns out that was a dream she had for 7 nights in a row. But I didn't know, because it's the Spirit of the Lord revealing at that time. The pastor of the church was shocked, and on the way home to his house, he says, you know, that lady you prayed for about the volcano? I'm all, yeah. So nobody knows except her husband, me, and my wife. She had this dream 7 nights in a row. She was scared because she didn't know what it meant, and then you just told her the dream, and then you gave her the interpretation. No, God gave me the dream. God gave me the interpretation. I just passed it on at that moment. See, what happens in the past happened during Jesus' time and still happens in the kingdom of God. He is alive. That's the only reason for all of this, because God is real, God is alive, and he's still working. People don't know God, and they say they don't believe in him. They don't know him. Just like saying Pastor Albert, if you took off his shirt, you see his tattoos, and they say, oh yeah, he'll love you, and he's really nice, and blah, 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 blah. No, because they're looking at the outside. Okay.